first stage of interior design is called programming. Programming is where you actually go and assess the needs of the client. You might walk the site. We might ask a lot of questions about needs, functionality. What are we there for? What are they missing? What do you need? That's programming. We gather information about lifestyle. We gather information about budget, timeline, and those kinds of things. So that's step number one. The second phase of interior design is called concept design. So that's when I come up with a concept, color scheme, just basic parameters to kind of do it's kind of a rough draft to see, are we on the same page? Did I hear you? Did I tick all the boxes? Are we really looking at things in the same way? It's a super important step. It's one of my favorite ones because that's when all the juices get flowing and everybody starts to collaborate. So the third stage of design is the schematic design. So we're really going to focus on floor plans, getting all of the details like set aside. We might show you options of, okay, if this wall is gone, if we keep this wall, different arrangements of furniture, different arrangements of space and planning so that when we get to the next step, we know exactly what we're working with. The fourth stage of interior design is the design development stage. So this is where we put all of the things to test. We're going to pick out all the specific materials, specific sofas and chairs, specific tiles and faucets and sinks and all of those details based on everything else that we've shown you so far. So we've gotten your feedback on the schematic, we've gotten your feedback on the concept. Now we're actually going to kind of fill in those blanks. So it's kind of like you pick your book report, you do the outline, now we're writing the book report. I don't know why that analogy came to mind, but we've all done it, so you know what I mean. The fifth stage of interior design is actually documentation. I think this is the most critical stage because this is where we're going to see that all of the transitions and all of the grout lines and the tile designs and all of the really specific things are going to hold muster. They're actually going to be able to come true because you have expectations and we need to meet them. Without proper documentation, the execution can't happen the way that we see it. So documentation, in my mind, is the most critical part. So we are excellent at documentation. It's one of the things that we're known for. The sixth stage of interior design is construction administration, also known as site visits. So we include site visits on all of our projects because there's always questions or something always comes up during the project that may be unforeseen that we have to iron out, or just a little wrinkle that we have to maneuver to make sure that the final plan is exactly what you expected, that we can get over any of those little speed bumps and coast to the finish line. But it's super important. And it's one of my favorite parts because that's where I actually see, okay, is my design actually going to work? It's very exciting to find out when it's true. I always worry a little bit, even though I've been doing it for a long time. There's always a little sense of, I hope it works out. I hope I like the subcontractor. The seventh stage of interior design, they call it the post-occupancy walkthrough. Okay, this is where we bring you a gift and we walk through and look at all of the amazing things that we did. We check out all of the details. What are your favorite parts? What might need a little tweaking? What do we have to put blue tape on? What did they miss that we should, enhance a little bit? What's missing? What did we, what's still left to do? But it's really important to get that feedback in the end. I know you're sick of us by that time, but it's really important for us to know how much you love your new space.